Welcome back to Eliza Online, guys. My goal for this session was to reach Savior, which took me, I think, like 30 or 40 minutes this time. I only lost like 2 or 3 games, so it was pretty nice, but I still made a lot of mistakes, so let's watch the games and see if we can learn something. First, we played this Asuka, a character that I think is getting a lot more popular lately, at least here in Japan, and I guess that makes sense. You know, she's definitely better in this version than she's been before. Definitely stronger in Tekken 7 than she was in Tag 2, for example. So if you like Asuka and you've been thinking about trying her out, then I think this is definitely the version of Tekken that you should try her in. Power Crush there, great when opponents are trying to get in on you with offense. And now the dive kick is going to let me break the floor here. And you can tell I haven't worked out any good floor break combos with Eliza yet, which is something I need to do. My opponent has a snake edge, I see it, so I'm able to launch. But the angle didn't allow my spin move to hit, so I dropped the combo. And you saw that string that I ended that round with, back 1-2-4. It's not a string that I was using a lot in my early sessions on the character. I use it a lot now though. The reason I started using it so much is I've been watching Chanel, who is my personal favorite Tekken player in the world. He's definitely my favorite Tekken player to watch. I think he's amazing, and he plays a lot of Eliza, and he uses that string right there, quite a lot. And I saw him use it to beat, like, you know, Knee in tournament, and if it's good enough to beat Knee in tournament, then it's definitely good enough for me. So yeah, I was definitely underestimating the power of the string, but you do need to be careful, because if your opponent is very sharp, they will sidewalk the second hit, and then you will be left open. So my opponent does another snake edge into the rage drive, allows him to take the round here. We go to the final round, and here I learned that you actually can't reverse dive kicks. You see my dive kick actually beat the reversal, which is very useful to know. Should have block punished that. And there I get the back 3-4 into the wall combo. Back 3-4 is a great string for Eliza. We haven't talked about it yet, so I'll definitely bring it up when I do the follow-up tutorial on the character. And here's this string again, but you can see I'm messing it up. I'm not comboing properly. I remember thinking that I was playing so messy the first round of this game. I was sort of all over the place. You can tell I don't finish my combo, and I just run up and do a random DP for no reason. Who knows? But I managed to clean up my act before the end, so. You see my opponent is piling on a lot of jabs here, which means he's liable to get counter hit. I got him with the down 4, which is actually a move that Lars has his own version of. Unfortunately for him, his version is definitely worse than Eliza's. Eliza's is, like, right now I'm feeling that it's like one of the best counter hit moves, counter hit lows in the game. It's so powerful. Again, I could have converted that into a proper combo, but I didn't, so yeah. Nice sidewalk, doesn't quite get the back. That move he just did there is a launcher, but it can be ducked. It's actually a very duckable high. But it's difficult to do, you know, it comes out of a stance that has other options. Cancel a counter hit down 3 into X dive kick, which I think becomes completely natural on counter hit, which is why that worked. And here he's piling on the lows from silent entry. And I just ate them, but I think it's like silent entry. When he mixes you up like that, you have to be aware that he has silent entry 3, which is an extremely powerful launcher, and so sometimes it's better to just risk eating the low because eating 2 of those is definitely better than you know, getting launched for like 70 damage. There's a slash kick, one of the few ways Lars has of creating plus frames on block, so it's an important tool for him. Dive kick 4 into 1+2 throw. Great setup for Eliza as always. And here he decides to just try and go for gimmicks. I think, yeah, he does a 10 string, and then he tries to go for the gimmick low. That low right there, it's a little bit of a, like, you can like try and trick your opponents with it, and it works sometimes, you know, as a round ender and stuff, but you know, I've been playing Lars on and off for like 10 years now, so I pretty much know that he doesn't have anything else he can do from that jump that is very dangerous, so I pretty much knew that he was going to try and go for the low, which is why I was able to block it. Next we play this Lily, which was probably the most difficult match of the session. I tend not to do well against Lily because my reaction time as a player is one of my weak spots. I don't have amazing reaction time, and so when she does big lows, I tend to eat a few. But I did manage to get a counter hit there for the first round.
Round 2. Fight.
Nice block. Try for the power crush, but he recovers too fast. Should have punished the down 4-2, obviously. And here he does a snake edge. We've talked about snake edges on my channel before. You know, I'm not a huge fan. I tend not to use them. I know a lot of you disagree, which is fine. It's a completely valid opinion to have, but my rule tends to be that I don't use them unless my opponent uses them against me first, which is why you see me throw one right there. Might be the first one I've done on the character. You know, they have balance measures. They exist for a reason, but I feel like if you're playing online with lag, there are certainly more creative ways you can come up with, you know, creating your damage, let's say. Here I got the back. I don't know if that would have allowed me some free damage in some way. I would be interested to know. That might be something I will try out in practice mode. He whiffs the cartwheel and a whiff punish. And here I get caught by the cartwheel, and he converts very nicely into the wall combo here. Nice and clean, so yeah. It's a good round by him. And here, the reason I messed up this wall combo is I was debating with myself whether or not I wanted to break the balcony. Because I felt like, okay, I can get more damage if I break the balcony, but then he will have all this space to start cartwheeling again. But if I can have him near the wall, then I sort of limit, you know, Lily a little bit. So that's why I was thinking about that, and I messed up the combo completely instead. But fortunately, we were able to take the game anyway. Now this Shaheen here, I've played a lot of times before, but not on Eliza. I've played him a lot on my Miguel. He's very good. He's super solid. Main thing about him is that he's extremely confident when he's attacking. He tends to have these setups, and he just really piles on the offense. So I felt like I wanted to get in and sort of try and stay on top of him a little bit, because I didn't want him to get comfortable, you know, sliding into his favorite flowcharts. There he does a very nice block on the down 4, and he does this little spike here. Sets up the what's it called? Snake step 2, which was nice. And here I almost managed to make it back. If he had stood up neutral there, I would have been able to get a 1+2 throw for the round, but he ticked to the side, and I got whiff punished. There you can see again that string. That low parry right there, obviously not an optimal combo by me, but it's a very important string that you low parry. It's kind of Shaheen's version of Junkyard from Law. He gets a full combo when it counter hits, and so I was very happy that I was able to parry it the first time he used it, because it meant that he you know, he became too cautious to keep on using that option, and it's very annoying. So that's something you should teach yourself to low parry, because it's very important in that case. Here I don't quite get the kill with the Moonglide 4, so I just try and do something fast right there. I interrupted him with the one jab. Get the counter hit, try and get the wall here. Judge the distance correctly for once, so I'm able to get a wall combo and another counter hit for the round. So I think this final game is going to be the promotion. It was the game straight after the last one, and I ended up playing another Shaheen who had even better rank, I think, and was on like a 4-game win streak. So you know, I didn't feel super confident going into it, especially since Shaheen is a scary character for me. I tend to eat a lot of slides unnecessarily. You can see he was going for the slide right there. I was glad I interrupted it with the Power Crush, because you know, it's a low, which means that it beats Power Crush. So if he had been a little bit faster there, I would have been in serious trouble. I power through there, but what I should have done is probably just duck the second hit and launch with while standing 3. Here I do manage to block a slide and then do the dive kick, and you can tell that actually floats him in a very interesting way, where I could have done a combo. I didn't know that that was possible, which is why I didn't combo, but that seems to be very useful. If that's guaranteed after you block Shaheen's slide, I think that might be a great option for her, so I'm going to try that out in practice mode. He whiffs the hop kick by a hair there, which was lucky for me. Shaheen has great range on his hop kick. It's almost Claudio level good. Break the wall. Gonna look for a slide here, I think. And then for the mix-up, I just go for the mid. And yeah, that was Savior. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again very soon.